So yes, for those of you guys who don't know, this is some eBay authenticity guarantee cards. So I'm going to set those off to the side, going to blue ball you a little bit here. But first up, that came in the mail. It's kind of really random. Okay, let's just hold on a second. Didn't I already watch a video where he got these cards back? So yeah, you may have seen a video where I got these cards back. I actually discovered this video and then I haven't uploaded it. So this is actually a pretty old video. I got these cards in, signed them, sent them off to the E4 Signature Exchange coordinators. So if you guys want to watch that video, check the link in the description. It's pretty cool. It's essentially a signature exchange, but I just wanted to make that point because I might make a reference to a Mario Pikachu that I picked up in this video as well. And the prices on those as of editing this video versus recording the video are just to the moon. So keep in mind, this video is from earlier this year. Let's jump right back into it. But I essentially bought out one of the sellers on Troll and Toad of this in card. And he is my favorite trainer, but that is not the reason I bought these out. I'm not looking for an heir or anything, but I'm actually going to be signing these. And on the Elite Forum, there was a poll where people could exchange signatures. And what you do is you buy up a certain card or a mix of cards, you sign them all. But essentially, he'll take your pile and he'll make, you know, however many people there were. I think we got up to like 30-something people. So there's 30 piles. He'll take these piles that everyone sends in, divvy them up, and send them back out to people. So it's essentially swapping signatures with everyone who's involved. Moving on, we had a normal package come in. Now, I did strip all these down basically to save time, so you're not going to be seeing me opening like a bunch of boxes. But yeah, let's check this out. Here we have a PSA 9 25th anniversary Japanese Venusaur. This is a eBay authenticity guarantee. This is the first card of, well, first box of 3. So let's go ahead and check out what is in this. Holy cow. There it is, guys. This is actually one of the main reasons why I sold a lot of these tins. So let's go ahead and take this out. All right, we got the label there. If anyone wants to see, I don't care about these labels. I'm just gonna rip it off there like a bandage. But yeah, this plastic almost feels different. Like the new plastic over here, the cert number is 69. Nice. So it almost feels a little different than the older certs. It looks pretty much exactly the same, maybe a slightly different tint to it, but bam, there it is, folks. The Mario Pikachu in a PSA 9. This card has been on my wants list for a very long time. I've come to the realization that, you know, I had some tins basically from my October submissions, and I held on to those. You know, I didn't really know what to do. Most of the time, I just sell my tins right away. These I kind of held on to. And I had some tins in the Arcana cards, Disney's new TCG coming out this year. So I held on to those, and, you know, mostly for investment purposes. The cards, like, essentially for the Disney Arcana, that came out in a collector's set at the D23 Expo. I actually bought those cards very early. I know it's quite a lot, but I bought the set for like 2,000 bucks, and now you can't get a set for under like 6,000 or 7,000. Much less, you know, the cards graded. I actually graded them pretty early for a decent price before, you know, the price history was pretty established. And so, yeah, I ended up getting quite a few of those in tins, and we might see some of those pop up here today. But we're going to come back to this Mario card. I'll tell you why I purchased that, and yeah, we need to dig into that a little more. But yeah, essentially, I ended up going ahead and selling all my Arcana PSA tins in order to fund the Mario Pikachu and have a little cash left over. I am going to some conventions this year, so I wanted to have a little extra cash. And so yeah, I went on a selling frenzy. And look at what we have here. We have the Charizard. So this is the 25th anniversary Charizard. same as that Venusaur. Go ahead and take this out. A lot of people ask me if I like the authenticity service that eBay provides. I understand, like, it is definitely a, you know, benefactor for newer collectors who are kind of, you know, weary of spending that much money. It adds a layer of protection. But look how beautiful these cards are, guys. Just so pretty. This is honestly, in my opinion, the best reprint of the base set Charizard there is. And it's very easy to get a 10. And these are looking like strong 9 copies. So yeah, very cool to add those to my collection. But anyway, I do really like the eBay Authenticity Guarantee as a seller, because you essentially send it to them, they authenticate it, they put it in this nice case and everything, and that's that. I mean, there's nothing left to be done on your end. As a buyer, it does, you know, it takes the normal amount of time that I would get a card to actually get to the authenticator. But after it's authenticated, which is essentially the day or day after it arrives, the shipping info is updated. Because, like, if you have to get a card authenticated, let's say I bought this card on the 10th, it'll show me a delivery date on the 20-something, you know, like yesterday or today, 22, 23. And it's usually a little more lenient to the longer side. But I'll tell you what, I bought this card. I would have had the card in hand in the time it took to get to the authenticator. But once it's authenticated, they pretty much get it back to you within the next 24 to 48 hours, which is kind of crazy. So they really expedite the shipping back to you, and they don't really mess around with that. So as soon as it's authenticated, it makes it to your door extremely quickly, which is nice. Like, I got the notification that all these were authenticated 2 days ago, and then they showed up. So yeah, last but not least, the last card for the authenticity guarantee is actually a Arcana card. So check this out. We have the Robin Hood from the D23 Expo. This is one of the cards that I had in 10 that I traded / graded and got the 9 for. So it's really interesting to me. I had 4 of these Arcana promos in a 10, right? 100% of the sales that I did, I ended up selling the 10 to a person, and they ended up selling the 9 to me. So it was almost like a agreed upon trade / buy, where we exchanged cards and they gave me money for the difference of the 10. So that tells you that not a lot of people are selling these Arcana cards. And if they are, they pretty much want to secure another copy, you know, with the same swoop. So that's kind of how I felt. I 100% agree. I think these cards are just amazing. The card game is kind of gaining traction. There's a lot of news released this week about the products coming out for it. But that's going to be another video. And I do want to do some like kind of live streams or maybe just some talk videos in the near future. So let me know what you guys would think about that. But yeah, these are essentially the small guys, if you can believe that, because this Mario Pikachu kind of takes the cake. So little quick tidbit of why I bought this to kind of wrap up the video. If you guys made it this far in the video, thank you so much. Consider subscribing. And I like giving little tidbits here at the end of the video. Not a whole lot of people watch to the end, but my gut or my ideas of the market tend to be correct a lot of times. I've been doing this since 2011. I kind of can see the market trends. A lot of people are leaning towards modern, you know, booster boxes, ETBs. I'm not doing that. So I'm kind of the odd man out. So I like providing info where I can, and it might offer people like a unique perspective. I don't do anything flashy on my channel, like opening up the latest products or stuff like that. But anyway, the reason I'm invested in Arcana is because it's still early. I got those cards so early that I avoided the hype that came after. But the the card game is coming out this year, and there's more and more people gaining traction. Each of these promos was limited to 900 copies, and you had to be at the D23 Expo last year in order to purchase these. So that's kind of why I'm in on Arcana. If this becomes anything at all, it's going to be big. And with Mario specifically, I think that cards like this, true gems of the hobby, everyone talks about this card. If you post a picture on this, everybody knows what it is. Everybody wants it. It's on everybody's list. These cards have essentially doubled since the 2020 hype. They were already on the move up, and of course the hype helped them quite a bit. But these guys have not seen the retrace that other cards have. And I actually have another card here in my collection. That is the reason why I have not sold this Gem Mint 10. I just told you, and if you're familiar with the channel, I sell Gem Mint 10s to buy the 9s. But with the Mario Pikachu, and especially this Pikachu here, this is the 20th Anniversary Festa Pikachu, my favorite card in the TCG by far, and just, you cannot beat this card. But more on that, in another video. These two cards are really easy to grade in a 10, right? Japanese promos, they're just known to be super easy to grade. If you're a 9 collector like me, there is a challenge gap in collecting 9s. For the Arcana promos, for instance, all those cards, I mean, they might be like a pop 100 to 200 on the PSA 10s. On the PSA 9s, they're less than 100 on pretty much all the cards. Same with Mario. It's easy to grade. So if you're looking to pick this card up at a decent value, like in a 9, it's really hard to find. Like, you almost see the PSA 10s come up way more than the 9s. Same with this card. All the cards that I've seen for sale in recent months are pretty much Gem Mint 10s. There is a 9 out there, but people who have the 9 know that it's like super rare, and it's almost as much as a 10. It's kind of ridiculous to say that, but these cards are becoming so scarce. There's also the Poncho Pikachus and all that, but that's another story as well. These cards, if there is any market uptick, a lot of people are worried about, the downtrends or recession. I got news for you guys. We are there, and these cards are holding. And not only that, but all of these cards I looked up, the Arcana cards, the 25th Anniversary cards, the Mario promos. Let me just grab another card randomly out of my stack here, like this Mew. All these cards, guys, the low was in December. If you look at recent sales, especially on cards like this, some sold back in December, and all the sales that are now pushing into January, almost February, are up from December. So, given the news about the booster boxes and how much booster boxes have went up, that is a lot of change from this time last year going into last summer especially. I think the tides are turning, and if you made it to this part of the video, leave a comment down below. Leave the word banana, and maybe I'll send you something cool. But thank you all for watching. I think the times are turning, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting year. Thank you all for watching. Peace.